Well, guys, I guess James isn't coming on. I've been waiting. It's almost 15 after, so we got to start. How's everyone doing? Thank you for waiting, but we can't wait any longer. Jeffrey, hello. Bob Kaler, hello. Candy, Joe, Curtis, Zen, Ginger, Streetwise. Thanks everyone for sticking it out. There's 50 of you been waiting. I can't say hello to you all individually, so hello all. Only 10. Only 10? What? He's almost got me curious enough to quit dinner and go check my Skype. Hey, if you have Skype, you're more than welcome to call, my friend. Boss Hog, what's up? Not a lot. I was actually just reading something, and I was trying to get a bit more information before I talked about it, so that's why I was late. But 15 minutes is not a lot. I'll have to research this a bit more. I thought maybe the wait was a ploy for super chats. Nah. No, that's only to start early. Yes, the tank behind me, is brought to you by HC Aqua. So thank you for sending me that. Gotta change it up a little bit. There's all kinds of neat little fish in here. Longfin, white cloud minnows. Probably, honestly, my favorite fish in here. But there's some Corys. There's like some whiptail catfish, I believe, in here somewhere. I could be wrong. I thought I saw one. Oh yeah, it's right there next to my head. Lumpy Dog is getting a mani-pedi instead of waiting. Dragon Lair, who has my carpet python, said that she ate yesterday. She was a bit bitchy about it though. She definitely cops an attitude a lot. Streetwise says, can we send you a background video to use as long as it's in HD, 1080 HD, not 720, 1080. 5 minutes long, no looping, no moving. No looping, no music, no like background noise, although I can silence it so it's not that big a deal. But yep, as long as it's 5 minutes long in HD and you're not moving around, the camera's not moving around, yeah, absolutely. No 8K, no. I don't really feel like downloading 8K. I don't even really feel like downloading 4K. But it's not that big a deal. If you want to send it to me in 8K or 4K, not 8K. Not 8K. 4K is alright, though. 4K is okay. 8K, that's too big of a file. I don't want that on my computer. Fish Dreams, hello. Matt, hello. LOL James flexing that $20, aren't you? What? I'm still waiting for him to call me on Skype. I got nothing. Nothing. First person to call me on Skype can come on the stream. How about that? The first person. Too bad I don't know what my Skype name is. Anyways, so I don't know. I'm gonna talk about this here. What I was reading about. Basically, it's a new. I don't think it's gonna pass, but there's Samsung S20, not $20. There's some new legislation coming down that could severely hinder the pet hobby. And that's what I was reading about, trying to dig in some more about it. It kind of affects the Lacey Act and things like that. Like I said, I don't think it'll pass though, and I don't know that I want to talk about it because, like I said, I don't know too much about it. I still have the article up and I'm still kind of poking through it. Love the hardscape and the tank behind you. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Any scape with Bucephalandria, I'm okay with. One of my favorite plants. S20. USARC is on it, Bob. Yep, and that's actually... Or no, I'm on the National Animal Welfare Association website. I thought I was on USARC, but I guess not. Legalize arowana and make Apistos great again. Yeah, no, that's what I need to focus on. I've been pumping those Apistos from Thunder Aquatics, though, because those things are amazing. Matthew Vargas, what's up? Big Tank, hello. Punchy Paints. I almost said Punchy Pam. I think Punchy Pam is more fitting, but I guess you wanted to go by paints. Question for mods: does each comment help YouTube? Comments help YouTubers. Any sort of interaction, so the thumbs up, commenting, things like that, shares, it all helps. It all helps. The percentage, they always change, like the percentage of how it helps. Honestly, it's pretty low, but it still does help. It still does help. I just tried to Skype call Bertha Bigstein. I guess that was the wrong number. Who answered? That's what I want to know. I have no idea what that means, but yep. What? Oh, yeah. So basically, G-Bear says, yep, thanks, Corona. This is the first of many that will come. Basically, what they're trying to do is attach animal laws onto coronavirus bills. That is what's going on right now. And it is attached to the current stimulus bill. It pretty much says that the government could add any animal they want and ban any animal they want. Just about. I mean, really, they could ban every single fish if they wanted to. One of the things it does is like currently now there's a lot of like wild caught animals that can't cross state lines. However, captive bred animals of that same animal can cross state lines. So if we breed fish and we ship them across state lines, not a big deal. The new law says that even captive bred animals will not be able to be shipped across state lines, which is pretty huge. And it's basically any animal that they think can transmit diseases to humans, which, I mean, if you read some studies out there, they say 70% of fish have tuberculosis, right? So they could essentially just ban all fish. I mean, who knows if it would ever get that far? That would be pretty crazy, but, you know, you give them an inch and they take a mile. It's just the way they work. So, yeah, anyway, so this one's definitely going to die. It's not going to make it, but who knows if they're going to try again. So, but thankfully we got people like USARC, the National Animal Welfare Association, things like that fighting for us. Fish Dream says, Bob, you called it when my rainbow had tuberculosis. I don't think that's really something that's something that you would have to take to a vet. I think there's lots of other things. Fish spread salmonella, yeah. I mean, honestly. There's a lot of things that can be tuberculosis that isn't, but I mean, it is pretty common in rainbow fish. How long will bristlenose plecos live? 10 to 15 years. Whiptail, pleco, the orange thing. Oh yeah, this is a type of whiptail catfish. I don't know the specific type. The red one. I'm not sure the red one. Hopefully HC Aqua will come in here eventually. Either today or next week or next month and tell us. There's also Pandagaras in this tank, which, you know, are some of my absolute favorite fish. Probably a top 10 fish for sure. I found a rainbow darter baby in one of my shrimp tanks. That's awesome. That's awesome. You called it for real. For real. Cool, row. Row. In 30 years, I met one guy who contracted fish tuberculosis, and it was this past fall. Poor guy, his arm was mangled. Excuse me. Herb Diversity says, I love Gara, but they're all too expensive. So there's some very cheap, what is it, the Gara or whatever, the foot doctor fish, whatever it is. Those ones are really, really cheap, but they're not cool as Pandagaras, right? But as far as like a Gara, they're very inexpensive, but a Pandagara has definitely gone up in price. Red lizard catfish is a red whiptail. My Pandagaras have over doubled in price, so I won't be selling them anytime soon. Yeah, the Gara rufa, that's it. The doctor fish. I like to call it the foot doctor fish. Bob, I'm Southern. I know you're Southern. You're in Florida. I don't get it. What is the most expensive freshwater fish out there? I mean, technically it's going to be a koi, right? I think a koi sold for like over $1 million not too long ago. Like one koi. Then it's probably goldfish. Then I don't know, maybe arowana, stingray. But by far koi. But I don't know if you really consider that. I mean, it's freshwater, but it's not really like an aquarium fish. An actual aquarium fish, probably a goldfish. Best place to get Gara Rufa. I've actually not seen any for sale in retail for a very long time. I've seen them on the wholesale list, and I almost bought them on accident because they just had them listed as Gara, not Gara Rufa, not Gara Gara, not even just Gara. And they were very cheap, so I'm like, oh man, I just scored. But luckily I messaged them first. Well, not luckily, I mean, it's a smart thing to do. And ask specifically what the name was. I have a friend catching me pygmy sunfish, just saying I can go get Reppins Easy and Baby Tears. I'm sure you could probably get just about anything in Florida. Now they have Nile crocodiles in Florida now. Nile crocodiles. Pretty crazy. Bobcat's Lair says, should I get 2 more Panda Corys for my 10-gallon? I think they would come out more if there was more. Well, it depends on how many you already have. If you only have 1, then yes. If you have 2, then yes. If you have 3, probably 2 more. I wouldn't do more than, I mean, I don't know. 10 gallons is not a lot of room, to be honest. It passed through the House. Yeah, but it won't make it through the Senate. I mean, it's a Democratic bill, so obviously it's going to pass through the House, but it won't make it through the Senate. But who's to say? Obviously, there's going to be changes to it, and honestly, this is probably not on a lot of their priority list, so it'll probably sneak. You know, something similar might sneak through. You never know. I mean, what this has to do with coronavirus, I have absolutely no idea why it would be included in a coronavirus bill, but it is, and you know, they just try to sneak on anything they can. Any ideas to put for 2-foot tank? Suggest fish and plants, please. Obviously, I would do rainbow fish, but you need to like research what kind of fish you like. What kind of fish you like? I could tell you what I like, and you may not like it, and then you're gonna go get it, and then after a month, you're not gonna like them, and yeah. So you need to research what you like. The article on Nile Crocs was finding them in 2008. They only found 3. Well, that's interesting. Nile crocodile in Florida. 2018. This was in 2016. University of Florida researchers document Nile crocodiles. I don't know. Who knows? Honestly, there's probably 1 or 2 of everything in Florida at this point. Steamfot Bob, thank you. Ginger Graves bought some rainbow darters from me because she was watching your stream last week. Well, there you go. I'm a good fish salesman, I guess. Haitiensis? What? Oh, Blee Wicket. Do you like big fish like Haitiensis? Ironically enough, that is my favorite big fish. That is called the Black Nasty Cichlid, and I saw one at the 2017 Aquatic Experience and instantly fell in love. It was in the show, like the Best in Show or whatever, and it was really one of the coolest fish. Let's see. Let's go here. Oh, yeah. So here, I think this is the exact fish right here that I saw at the aquatic experience. But one of my all-time favorite big fish. But again, they don't call it the black nasty cichlid because they're friendly. So devoting like an entire 300-gallon tank to them, probably not going to happen in my lifetime. Maybe. Maybe, but I doubt it. Bobcat's Lair. Bob might have some once he starts shipping fish. There's no more I can get clown killifish. I've looked all over the web. There are no, absolutely, I don't believe there's any clown killifish anywhere currently because I think they come from Indonesia to the importers, and Indonesia is not exporting. I believe. I could be wrong. But the place I normally get them from hasn't had them in months. And so it might be a while before they come back. Am I still looking at goldfish? Yes, but I don't want to pay goldfish prices. I want the $100 goldfish, but I don't want to pay $100 for it. Pretty much the story of our hobby, right? We want the fish, but we don't want to pay for them. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. It would be fun. It would be actually fun to be able to have fish outside longer than June through September. Because what are we? May 25th, and it's still too cold for me to put fish outside. Although this week, it is going to be in the 70s all week and sunny after tomorrow. So hopefully. Zen Ginger said, Bob, do you see my email? I bought some of those epistles from Thunder Aquatics. Email me back after your last live stream. I'm getting a harem of 5. I did get your email. So that is really awesome. He's one of the nicest dudes ever. I mean, I've only known him for like 2 months, but so far, he's a really nice guy. So that's super awesome. Although, oh man. Good gravy had to pee and the dog pooped. All right. So there's Thunder Aquatics channel right there. And this is where you get the amazing pistos. How many subscribers? He only has 31 subscribers. Come on, guys. When was the last time I promoted any channel? I don't even promote my own. Go check out that guy. He's super nice. And has some of the best epistogrammas you can get right now. I live in Washington. They did DNA testing on those 3 Niles, and they didn't match any of the ones in captivity in Florida, so they assumed the escaped were released from someone who snuck them into the U.S. Now, there should be laws for that kind of nonsense. That's what happens, fish trees. And, you know, there are laws. I'm just saying. Like, that's the stuff they should be targeting. They should be targeting the laws that are currently on the books, not making more. They found a gaboon viper near where I live. Last year, lady took a pic and asked what kind of snake it was. She was immediately contacted by a DNR. Did you ever see what the final price of the Axelrodi on Aquabid? No. I haven't been on Aquabid in a while. Probably since that live stream. I don't know that there was a second bid. I think the last I saw it was like 270, I think, but I'm not sure. I had to stay away. What kind of goldfish would you like? Ooh. I really like the Panda, but that's, I don't know. Fantails are my favorite. Any nice fantail, honestly. I'm not too specific, but I do like fantail goldfish. It's probably my favorite. What's a good canister filter for a 10-gallon tank? You guys want to see something? I want to show you something here. Maybe. Give me a second. Oh, it's not on sale anymore. Nope. Dang it. There was a canister filter on sale for 50% off this morning, but it's not on sale anymore. Way too big for a 10-gallon. Matman B, actually one of my favorite smaller canister filters is the Phoenix 360. I'm not a huge fan of Phoenix anymore, to be honest with you, as far as their lights. But that little canister filter, I have 2 of them, and they've never broken on me ever. Whereas the Phoenix lights break all the time now. Those two little filters I have, I've never had any issues with them. Do I have any Featherfin Tanganyikan recommendations for the 125 Bentachromis Tricotti? They've been reclassified, but Bentachromis Tricotti, if you can find them. They are amazing. Amazing. Look at this fish. Look at this fish. Where am I at? Look at that thing. How could you not want that fish? Whew. Granted, they're about $200 a piece. I think I've seen them for like down close to 100. But that right there, Bentachromis Tricotti. Amazing. Yep, thanks, Bob. I mean, honestly, I don't know anyone on YouTube that has that fish. I mean, if you found that fish, you'd be the first like YouTuber to have it. They are amazing. Really amazing. Wow, I will just set up a saltwater tank again. Yeah, they're insane. They are insane, and they get like a foot. They get like 10 to 12 inches. They are. If I ever got a hold of one of those, I mean, that is an absolute bucket list fish for me. If I ever got a hold of one of those, it would probably be a species only tank, just because they have those. They can get those really super long lyre tails, and I wouldn't want anything nipping those off. But yeah, super amazing fish. Become a member. Thank you, Bob Kahlers. I think we lost a few, but I can't blame him, because I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've posted something in the member section. This whole month has been pretty light for me, honestly. It's been kind of a weird month, so I appreciate you guys sticking around that have. But we'll see if we can turn it around. Fish had camelinus worms, treated them with levamisole, and symptoms disappeared. Week later, the symptoms returned. I medicated again, but the symptoms didn't go away. The symptoms didn't go away. Hasn't been that long. Oh, hasn't? Well, you know, I'm such a good salesman. I'll always be a member. It's the only channel I become a member for. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Once the website is back up, if ever, you guys will get your discounts again. At least there's that. I do have rainbow fish coming this week, though. A Bozeman and turquoise, captive bred, hobbyist bred, Bozeman and turquoise rainbows coming this week. Thankfully. Finally. Bob, can I please speak with your manager? Yes. Direct all comments to Candy at steamfotaquatics@gmail.com. / no one cares.com. What do you know about red lizard loricariidae catfish? How big do they get? Thunder Aquatics, I know nothing about them. I have never kept them. But red lizard, there's also the red lizard loach. Red lizard catfish, Rhina loricariidae. Let's see. Whew. I know they're expensive. Max size 4 inches. Care level moderate, whatever that means. I know what moderate means, but that's pretty subjective. They are peaceful. Minimum tank size 50 gallons. I don't agree with that for a 4-inch fish. The red lizard Whiptail Plecostomist has a very long and slender tail, obviously. These plecos develop brilliant red coloration as they mature. They make a wonderful addition to any freshwater, peaceful community aquarium. There are hundreds of fish in this loricariidae family, and as a result, you may see a reference to the letter L for the family loricariidae, followed by a number. The red lizard Whiptail Plecostomist is referred to the L010A or L10A by most hobbyists. planted aquariums with high aeration and water movement make for a healthy environment. Rocks and driftwood help to accent a natural habitat and provide hiding spaces to reduce stress level for the red lizard Whiptail plecostomus. There you go. You have 4,000 rolls of toilet paper to return? Nice. Nice. My LFS just got some rummy nose tetras. Would it be awful if I only got 8? Nope. Would I also have 14 cardinal tetra. I know more the better when it comes to schoolers, but I don't want to overstock my tank. 8 is just fine. 8 is always like my minimum when it comes to tetras. Corridors, my minimum is 6. Tetras is 8. Rainbow fish is 6. What other minimums do I have? I don't think I have any other minimums. Well, thanks, Bob. I'm really trying to learn more, and it's hard for my old brain. You and me both. Anyone had luck breeding a mono shrimp? Seen so many failed attempts, but no one has successfully that I have seen on YouTube. There is someone successfully doing it on YouTube, but they are not a YouTuber, if that makes sense. So they uploaded the videos, but they're not like a YouTuber. They just uploaded that they had been successful. They showed them. Oh man, this was like years and years and years ago that I watched the videos, but I want to say like they showed the tank with the parents, and then how they like raised and lowered salinity or whatever. I don't remember. It's been, but there's no like YouTubers that have done it. Baby wipes will take you to a level of clean butt you never knew you could achieve without a shower. Well, duh. If you don't use moist towelettes, you're doing it wrong. You just are. I mean, you don't clean mud off with a dry paper towel, do you? No. That's stupid. I don't even know why we're talking about that. Moist. Neon tetras with discus, yes or no? I would say it depends on what temperature you're keeping the discus at. If your baby wipes aren't flushable, there are flushable wipes made specifically for your butt, not baby wipes. All your fault, Joe. Yep, all your fault. I think a mono only breeds successfully in salty water. Yep, and that's why no one's done it. They got to go from fresh to salt to brackish to fresh. So, no wipes at all are flushable. Then why do they say flushable wipes right on the package? Interesting. In regards to not flushable, I wonder if there's like 400 African cichlid carcasses. What? You're flushing your African cichlids? Anyways. Septic safe too. Dirt never hurt nobody. Anyways, guys. My buddy is downsizing his fish room. Sold me a bunch of plecos, L66, L270, L141, L393, L107. Will these hybridize in the same tank? Offhand, I don't know. But if you have Ancistrus and you put them with other Ancistrus, they will. So if they have the same scientific name, they will. The majority were dead? Only the majority. If it fits through the pipe, it's flushable. Jeez. Flushable usually means septic safe. Not for city folks. Anyways. But if you have like Hypensistrus and you mix Hypensistrus with Hypensistrus, then the Hypensistrus will hybridize. So stuff like that. Whew, the L393 though, that's a nice one. Isn't that the something creek something? L393 pleco. I actually think I have one of those. Cheese Creek, that's it. I knew it was something creek. Cheese Creek. Actually, no, I don't have this one. I lied. Any tips on raising multi-fry? I had parents eat the first round and have another now. Should I move them or hope parents get better? It depends on how much work you want to do, honestly. And they'll figure it out eventually. This is a problem like a lot of cichlids. Oh my gosh. Mike, thank you for the $1 super chat on poop, because I think I missed a super chat earlier. I missed 2 of them. Marty Borst. Sorry, that was like 40 minutes ago with the $2 super chat, and Joel JZ with the unicorn, and Mike with the $1 turd. Sorry about that, guys. James usually craps something. It is my favorite of the stickers. It's even better than... Oh, what? I can't super sticker myself? I don't know what the most expensive sticker is, but the turd is still better. Somebody check. What's the most expensive sticker? Is it like 100? For some reason, my little dollar icon is gone. Finally, some validation. Thanks, Bob. Finally. I'm still waiting for James to call me on Skype. Like, seriously. What the heck? How many Corys can you put in a 55-gallon? Like a standard, like a stir-by or a Panda, which are a little bit smaller. I mean, you can do like 18, 20. You can do a lot of Corys. What fish do you really want to keep in the future? The Benthachromis tricotti. Hey. What? My name is Marty, too, but I'm a lady. Marty McFly. Yes, it's $50 is the most expensive sticker? What is it of? And how come I cannot... I used to be able to super chat myself. Or is it like multiple 50s? I came across a man named Annie? Well, I think the closest I can get to is Bobby with an IE. There are like $12, $50 ones. Interesting. Several of them. Well, the turd's still the best one. That's just the way it is. I actually want to look at this 107 too. Oh, so you got all Ancestress. Are those all Ancestress? No, the 66 not. That's the tiger one, right? The striped one? Tiger something? L66 King Tiger Pleco. I can kind of remember things sometimes. Do you have red-eye Tetras for sale? I do not, and I'll probably will not get back into Tetras. Probably only... mostly rainbow fish. I haven't found a good source for plecos, but I would love to get into fancy plecos, but haven't found a good place for them. Curtis Schindler with the turd. See, I'm telling you, the turd's the best. And it's a happy turd too, so it's a smiley face. Bob, just go and put all these $50 stickers in my chat since you can't give them to yourself. You won't even come on my live stream, buddy. So, jeez. Now demanding money? Is that I have to pay you to come on my live stream? Big fishing derby this weekend. You tried soaking Powerbait in garlic. I don't fish my fish out of my aquarium. But I will tell you that garlic is like a stimulant for fish. So absolutely soak that stuff in garlic. There's Seachem makes garlic guard specifically to soak your fish food in. It's a thing. It's a thing. Bob, did you happen to see the 5 individual states with their own bans trying to get passed? I can't keep up. Fish Dreams with the dollar turd. Fish Room Fever with the dollar turd. See, I knew if I said dollar turd enough, people would start getting it. Now I'm getting it. Would Jumbo, Cyprichromis, and Featherfins get along in a big tank? Absolutely. Both fairly peaceful fish. Absolutely. Garlic guard works good. Bob, did you happen to see the 5 individual states? No, it's hard to keep up on all that stuff. I haven't, guys, I'm gonna be honest, this last month I've done basically nothing. I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's been a weird month. And I haven't really kept track of anything either. So, at what temp do you keep your rainbows? Try to keep them around 75 degrees. And do you think they would survive temp swings outside in a 30-gallon pond? 30 gallons is not a lot of water. So the problem with that is that, yes, they could survive the swings, but not fast swings. So like mine, I have like 300 to 400 gallons. So the temperature swing is going to take days. In a 30 gallon, I mean, it's just going to take hours. So you would really have to watch it and be careful. Mank Fish Keeper with the turd, the $1 turd. Oh, that's like a severely discounted turd. I like it. I like it. It's an English turd. This stream. What the heck? The temp I keep my Discus at is 84. Too warm for neons. Yeah, I would do cardinals. I mean, they're more expensive, but they're gonna do better in that hot water, warmer water. What's the minimum tank size for dwarf rainbows? Well, when you say dwarf, do you mean like there's dwarf Kamaka, there's Praycocks, there's Pseudomagills? Like a Pseudomagill can go into 10 gallon easily. Featherfin 10 gallon. Kamakas, I wouldn't keep Kamakas or even Praycocks in anything smaller than a 40 breeder. There's people that keep them in 20, and yes, it can be done, but you'll get way better behavior out of a 40 gallon. So it really, and it's not even the gallons that's important. It's just that it needs to be like a 3-foot tank. I'd feel bad. I used to keep Praycocks rainbows in a 20 long, and it just seeing the difference between a 20 long and a 40 breeder is such huge. It's a huge difference in their behavior. Hey, Bob, do you have any experience with keeping orange fin hill trout? Are they difficult? I've been thinking about getting these. Aliska, they're fin nippers. They can be, it's not that they're aggressive. They're active and they're fin nippers. They're not aggressive and that they'll go kill everything, but they definitely fin nip. So just keep that in mind if you're getting them. Be careful what you put them with, because they are definitely fin nippers. Poop is worth $1.21. Royale. It's a Royale poop. A Royale with cheese poop. John Gonzalez. See, there's the super discount right there. He got 3 turds in for $2. This is the dumbest live stream I've ever done. Curtis says, my Praycocks will be going from a 3-foot tank to a 6-foot tank. So specifically when I'm talking about their behavior is way different. When they were in the 20 long, they just don't swim. They're not as active. You put them in that 40-gallon breeder and they would actually school. I never really saw any schooling in a 20 long because there's just not enough room. I mean, they swim around together, but it's not like it's not like they're really schooling. It's just they have nowhere to go. So of course they're going to swim together. 40 breeder, absolute minimum in my opinion for rainbow fish. Oh, excuse me. Except pseudomagills and like thread fins, things like that. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not saying you can't do it. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it successfully, but it's just not for me. It's not for me. Keep them in a 20-gallon long for like 6 months, and then put them in a 40-gallon breeder, and you'll be amazed. George Hall is like the first member in forever. Thank you, George Hall. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Steamfot Shoal. Mine are in a 3-foot 50-gallon now, and they stay at the bottom in a group a lot. So the 3-foot 50-gallon is obviously the tall tank. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. You said you loved her. Oh, well, yeah. I said it was my favorite sticker for sure. The live stream did kind of go in the toilet tonight. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of my fault too. I'll take responsibility for it. Oh, what's going on here? All kinds of shenanigans. It's ridiculous. How many cherry shrimp in a 60-liter? You could fill that thing to the top. Cherry shrimp don't require much at all. Neos are way different. I mean, you could do 100, 200. Definitely not like fish, where it's like, 1 inch per gallon. What are my favorite cameras for streaming and tank filming and photography? So I am a complete idiot when it comes to this stuff, but streaming is definitely a Logitech. I bought this Logitech, I think 4 years ago, and I'm still using it today. It still streams in HD. It still looks good. This is a Logitech. It doesn't say it on there, but I think it's the 920. So, I mean, that's how old it is. Logitech. I bought this December 14th, 2016, and I'm still using it today. So there you go. 4 years old. And it still looks good. So yeah. My favorite cameras for tank filming. I really, really, really like the GoPro. For like underwater footage. For just general like vloggy type footage. And then I use this, which I just have the crappy lens on there now, but this is the 6400 Sony. This is the what, I don't know what lens this is. What is this? 50 millimeter, 16 by 50. I don't know. The important thing is it has this thing that I got from Jimmy, which is amazing. Getting stuff all over the place. See, it has this little piece right here. This, if I can get it off, makes it a macro lens, and it is insanely awesome. I'll figure out how to put that all back together later. I do like the Sony a lot, but honestly, since I've been doing this, this is my all-time favorite camera right here. The Canon G7x. Like, overall, like, just vlogging, fish tank filming, really everything. This has been by far my favorite camera. I broke this one a long time ago, so I just keep it around as a momentum. I dropped it in a tank, and that was the end of this. That was the end of this camera, but yeah, it's awesome. If I could find a used one for like under 200, I would buy it because it's really cool. But they're still pretty. I think they're still like $400, even though they're like a 10-year-old camera. The kit lenses aren't that crappy. This lens, I'm not really happy with this lens. This is just the standard lens that came with it. I'm not gonna say it's crappy, but it's not the greatest either. But it is good for just like, what is it good for? Nothing. I don't even know. Okay, here's Aquatics with the $10 super sticker. Thank you. Good to see you, Turtle Girl. Very, very well, thank you. Just been busy with YouTube and a lot of other side video, photo projects. Yeah, Turtle Girl becoming a model or something. Or actually, those are probably just senior pictures, but what do I know? I broke my microphone stand again. All right, we're back. Great review. It's, what is it good for? Nothing. No, I mean, it's good for just like a standard vlogging, but I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like the A6400, and I'm terrible with cameras, and Jimmy will tell you that because he gets sick and tired of me bitching to him all the time. Every time I have a problem with it. But it just seems like it's always something. There's always some setting that I have to change. Always something that I have to do every time I want to use it, to where I'm just like, I'm just going to use the GoPro because you don't have to do anything with that. No, not a model. Didn't you post some, like, I thought you posted some really fancy dancy pictures. But I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I don't know. Going on vacation to Florida in July. Awesome. Last time I went to Florida, I ended up coming back with a new rimless tank, a half beak, and a bunch of golden neons. I would love to get into half beaks. I would love a nice school of half beaks. She's a model maker. Bob's cheerleader makes my back hurt. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. All right, Bob keeps declining my Skype request. Shame on him. Oh, is that you? Oh, it is you. Well, hello. Boom. I don't know how I'm going to make this work if you answer it. Yeah, I have no audio from you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I got nothing. Let's, it might be me, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Technical difficulties. You won't be able to see me, though. Yeah, I cannot hear you. That works. I don't know, my friend. I cannot hear you. I do not have you muted. Let me check. We are, Oh.
Oh.
Now I hear you.
All right.
You're going to be, where did I go here? Wait.
Oops. All right. I don't know if they can. They will definitely point it out in the chat if they can't hear me, though. Can always depend on that. Dear Lord. AG Tropicals is going to lose a lot of subscribers due to that. Yep. Still saying no sound for Bob. We can't hear you, Bob.
There we go. Now it's definitely fixed. Now let's see if we get some confirmation.
Thank you. Hey, not Nola Jane.
Waiting for confirmation. Now we're getting the thumbs up.
Now that I have successfully kicked Bob off his stream. Oh, darn it.
Yeah. It's a Fish Room Fever show. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Not a whole lot. Just doing water changes.
So what's new?
I couldn't resist the temptation. You kept bringing it up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to find him. I'm going to hunt him down, and I'm going to send him a message.
Was it even hard to find me?
No, it wasn't. I just typed Bob Steenfot. There are two of you, so I sent a hello to both of them. And here
There's
we
an
are.
imposter, huh? I like it. I'm okay with imposters.
Yeah. One with the capital B and S, which I'm assuming is you because, you know, the BS, but the other's all lowercase.
Well, I think mine has my logo, so it should be pretty easy.
They both do.
Oh. Well, what the heck? Then there really is an imposter.
But yeah, so you coming on Saturday? I know you said you'd confirm Tuesday, but we're talking, so.
Yeah, that's so far the plan.
Awesome.
I don't know the time or place.
It will be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Whoa, 4:30?
Whoa.
That should be all right.
All right, good. It's going to have to be. Let me turn off notifications since I am alive. But yeah, not a whole lot. I spent half of the day trying to re-edit a video and do there we go, do voiceover. So put that much work into it, it's bound to flop, right?
I hate doing voiceovers. I just, in theory, you think it would be so much easier than doing it. Like, just filming it and doing a voiceover, it sounds easy, but it's always a struggle for me. I don't know why.
You would think it's easier, but especially having kids in the house, and my mic picks up really well. So to do the voiceovers without a bunch of garbage, I have to turn off the central heat and air, go in a far room of the house, and attempt to get a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old to be quiet while I do it.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I have too. Very noisy neighborhood, especially if it's sunny out.
But yeah, I was supposed to go up to the LFS and shoot some film for them, but their contractors bailed and their HVAC people bailed, so did not do that.
So this is your stream now, so you gotta talk.
Oh, Lord, I don't want it to be my stream now. Let's see.
You're always the host, and you have guests.
Completely ignoring the chat. I'm the guest sometimes. This is one of the few times. Let's see. All good in the hood. We've got going on. Loud and clears. All sorts of awesome people in here. So I do have, since I'm up here and I have to talk, I have a video premiering at 10:30 tonight. It's the tank I set up with Pec Tech. So
with Pec Tech?
I will shake. Yeah, I went over to his house and set one up. Part 1 is on his stream. It released yesterday, and I've got part 2 coming out tonight.
Wow. And that's so we got to be done by 7:30.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I figured that was late enough. But,
I'm glad this works. I'm actually, this is the first time I've ever had anyone call while live.
It is definitely interesting. I didn't know if you would legitimately throw me up there or not, but I figured that you would call my bluff of calling your bluff, and here we are.
I just do it out of spite, whatever.
Yeah, Kaler's Aquatics says shameless self-promotion. Yeah, if I've got to run the show, there's going to be some shameless self-promotion.
It always should be. I don't do enough of it. Oh, I don't do it at all, so glad somebody does.
Yeah, well, and that was the video I worked on today. I had to re-edit it, so I figured, it tied into our conversation about what's going on. But I am following the Bob Steenfot trend. I am quitting my job as of next week. I actually gave them my 4-week notice and was going to work through May. Partway through that, inventory got scheduled for the first week of June. So they came back and were like, well, you actually need to work another week. And I'm like, well, I actually don't, but I will. So after that, I'm going to have a lot more time for fish stuff and YouTube and shenanigans. I think Ed and I are planning some adventures, so that'll be fun.
Chattanooga Ed, I assume.
Yes, Chattanooga Ed. We're gonna run around the country and visit fish tubers.
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, I've got it set to where I can definitely be out of work for 5 months and be okay. So that gives me time for figuring out exactly what I'm going to do. Maybe start selling some of these guppies that are breeding like crazy, that type of stuff.
Are you only going to fish tubers, or are you just going to fish rooms in general?
We'll go anywhere fish related. So, GRB says professional fish tuber James. Yep, there you go. There you have it.
Got your cards made yet?
I mean, I only get. Well, I've got pins. You want to see a pin? I actually got at work. It was addressed to me, even though I work for a corporation, but it had my name on the mail that came into work. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because this camera does not autofocus, but it was like, hey, we want to give you 50 pins for $8. And I'm like, okay, I'll do fish room fever pins. Why not?
I thought you meant like an actual pin, like pin it on your shirts, not like a...
No, I have stickers. You can just put a sticker on there. It's less painful.
Bob Steenfoot, introduce your guest. What? Everyone knows who you are.
Yeah, and I'm like the biggest thing on YouTube, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you don't know who this guy is, then you're kind of a square, right? Where you been?
I mean, I've got what 2.7 million followers right now,
I
something
think
like
just in
that.
the last
Yeah, yeah,
month. Just in the last
yeah.
month.
It's crazy.
Fish Dreams. I know you know this is James from Fish Room Fever. James, who are you?
Yeah, no, fish streams will get onto you big time for streaming etiquette.
Well, the nice thing is that you're down there. Like you have a ton of people close to you, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I've got, of course, Bob Kaler, Kaler's Aquatics, awesome guy. He's the one that introduced me to the fish fam on YouTube, so blame him for all of it. And then Chattanooga Ed, Sean Peck lives here in the same city as I do, Peck Tech. River Life is just a couple hours north of me. We've got Tiffany White and Ginger Graves are both in Tennessee. And then we've got some other people that are really close, and I know I'm forgetting one or two that are in Tennessee.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Rose
It's crazy.
Aquatics, yeah. But we do have, I can't give details right now, but I will say that this fall there is something major being planned for Knoxville. Bob Kaler, don't complain. I'm not picking the location. Just kidding, Bob. But there is a huge event being planned for Knoxville. It's like an all weekend, shut down the parking lot, set up massive tents event. So stay tuned for details on that if you're near Tennessee.
A YouTuber tent meetup.
Something like that. We're looking at booths and, sponsors coming in with their vendors coming in and, trying to work stuff out potentially with hotels maybe for discount codes. Like, good size event. So
It's gonna be the Fish Room Fever experience.
no, I'm not taking the front runner on this one. I'm simply helping to promote it and get it together as things progress.
So what's the dates? You got any dates yet?
No, we are not going to solidify a date just yet. This is just the initial hype up. This is the stay tuned for details.
Oh, this is the initial hype right here. How many people are here? Like 100?
Yeah, I mean that's a start.
170. There you go.
Hey, I mean you almost have as many people as I get in a live stream, so you're doing pretty good, buddy.
Fishapalooza. I like that. Fishapalooza.
I do like that.
Sorry, walked away. Is there a date? Oh no, no date. No date.
No date, but it'll probably be between the Aquashellas. I'm sure it'll definitely get scheduled to where it's not right before or after either one of them.
Well, I think the only one is the one in Dallas on Halloween, right?
Are they not doing Chicago?
Well, that's in August.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, so it'd be more like September, somewhere in there probably.
Just don't pick a holiday weekend because I don't want expensive airfare.
Yeah, no kidding. Dude, I'd love to get you in there. I've been talking to a couple people about being involved in it. So it's hopefully going to be big. We're just trying to keep it to where it doesn't get too big, out of control big. But sometimes that can be
what's
fun
the fun of that? Gotta pack that place.
I know, right? But yeah, it's going to be fun. Kaler's Aquatics says, hope it's not the weekend of the camping trip. I'm definitely going to talk with them and make sure that it's not, because I know we have some people that would like to attend both, I'm sure. And September 11th, it's a Keystone Clash, says the Fish Tank Barn.
It's an interesting date.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's
Friday.
going on here. Nothing. Been fish tubing around the country.
So I will say, once you get that date figured out, let me know. I'll plaster that up everywhere. Every live stream.
Yeah. Awesome.
Promote
That'll be
promote
great.
the crap
Yeah.
out of it.
I think it'll be nice because you hear a lot of people complain that there's really nothing near Tennessee, that general area. You have to usually go up north or out to like Texas and whatnot. So I think we can draw a decent crowd to it.
I feel like there's less stuff in the Northwest, but I'm probably just a bias.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just voicing the complaints that I have heard.
Oh man,
Just the voice of the people, man.
complaints. I don't know. They're not really complaints though. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Just,
It's going to be fun. It is going to be a heck of a time. I mean, there's already several $1,000s being invested just in the tents for the event, the canopy party tents. So
Well, if you're
Yeah.
doing it in a hotel, wouldn't you just use like their convention center or?
Won't be doing it at a hotel, so I can give that much. It is going to be at
Oh,
a
so it's gonna be like a.
location.
So you already have a location in mind. You just don't want to say.
Yeah, there is a location that it is set for, guaranteed 100%, and that would be the people that are hosting this event. I'm just the guy that's pouring the gasoline on the fire, and bringing the YouTube aspect to it.
Well,
Trying to get
who's
people involved
who's
from
the
that
people hosting it?
I don't know if I can disclose that just
Come
yet.
on, Bob.
You'll have
Bob
to stay
Kaler,
tuned.
if it's all right. I'm putting my money on Bob Kaler. So Bob Kaler, if it's all right to say you, say it in the chat. I'm just guessing. I don't know, but I'm guessing that Kaler has something to do with it. Will there be
Kaler
auctions
will be
and
involved.
such?
There could be auctions. There are definitely going to be a lot of tables. There's going to, of course, be like the fish tuber table. Tables have been offered for some other things fish tube related. I'm going to have to stop the siphon in a moment because my piranha are going to run out of water. But yeah, it's an LFS that's wanting to host it. So
Oh, okay.
you all can, if you know my channel, you can assume who it is. I'm not going to confirm it, but it's going to be awesome.
I
It's
see.
going to be a
I
big
see.
old weekend event. But they've got a double parking lot, so they're going to shut one of them down, and basically just cover it over with tents and have a big old fish party, huge sale, all that good stuff.
So Tiffany White wants to know. I can already know what fish store it is, but Tiffany White says, "Who started this idea? Can you give that information out?"
Well, this was their idea.
Oh, it was
I had
actually the
mentioned
fish
stuff-
store's idea.
Yeah, I have mentioned stuff like this before, and I've said, hey, I think within the next 5 years we can have some sort of like aquatic experience type thing going. But this was actually the pet store's idea. The owner said, hey, this is what I'm wanting to do. What do you think? And I'm like, heck yeah. So it's going to be fun. That's the biggest thing going right now is planning for that. Like I said, not much else. Trying to work on just the channel basics. I'll be glad once this last week of work is over next week. I can go in and fix YouTube stuff and website stuff and fish room stuff. I want to move some tanks around and redo my office / fish room #1 so that I've got a little bit more comfortable streaming spot / filming location.
Candy says, "Spit it out, James."
I spit it out. I just didn't tell you directly.
I think we got the scoop.
Yeah.
And Fish Dream says, "Bob, please retract that." I don't know what you're talking about, but I retract nothing. I don't even know what you're talking about. Knoxville is about 8 hours from Detroit. I think that means that Fish Tank Barn might be driving down.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, it's going to be a heck of a party. I'm going to put it that way. We're trying to do it big. So I think that would be awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to get the siphon stopped on my fish tank here. See if Miss Fever's got her phone on her.
So, John Gonzalez says, "Who's Bob talking to?" Boom. KG Tropicals. Just kidding. This is Fish Room Fever. Fish Room Fever.
Poor man. Yes, I am Fish Room Fever, also known as James. But Fish Room Fever is fitting. I think I've crammed more fish tanks in a single wide trailer than anybody else that I can think of.
Hey, you do what you got to do. We've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, it's mine. I own it, so it's not like I have to worry about the landlord going, "Oh, you can't do that."
John Q. Public says, "I'll be driving up from Miami, and I do pick up hitchhikers." All right. More the
There you go.
merrier.
Awesome. It's an hour and a few minutes for me, says Bob Kaler, Kaler's Aquatics. Yeah, Bob's an awesome guy.
Well, I'm excited to get a date. As soon as you guys get a date, I'll start looking at airfare.
Bare Bottom Aquarium says, we know it's not KG. There is no echo. Well, thank you very much for that.
What is the airport that's by there?
We've got McGee Tyson.
Who?
It's right here. McGee Tyson. McGheeTyson.
That's right.
It's right here. It's technically Alcoa, but it's right on the edge of Knoxville. Thank you. My piranha
Google
are not
Flights
happy.
has never
They've
heard
got-
of that hotel.
That hotel or that airport?
Airport,
I
sorry.
thought you said what airport?
Airport,
Okay.
yeah, airport.
Let me get you the airport code. Kicking it on the fly here. But yeah,
Nashville,
it's
Memphis,
right.
Knoxville, Chattanooga.
There we go. Skype is playing here. E. Tyson Airport is known as, of course, it's not going to give me the code directly in there. Code TYS.
Knoxville.
Yes.
$350 round trip. And
It's so worth it, though.
Oh man, 2 stops. Ugh.
2 stops.
There's no direct flight from Seattle.
I wonder if there's a direct flight to Nashville, and then you hitch a ride. We'll get Ginger Graves to drag you out here.
Nashville. Non-stop, way better. There we go. And it's from Alaska. All right. So I will go Nashville.
It's not a bad drive from Nashville. All right, I'm going to
look at
close
that.
that.
It's only $158 right now, round trip.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. So you're going to have to come out more often.
Yeah, see, well, this is for September, so you got to work on that date quick so I can get this cheap airfare. Because if you had a date right now for $158, I would buy it right now.
Yeah, I will get that for you, hopefully within the next week or two. But like I said, things have been kind of crazy around here. Same place they were supposed to have construction crews in and an HVAC crew in, and I was supposed to do some filming for them, and just didn't work out. So,
Fish Tank Barn says fly to Cincinnati. Anywhere in Ohio is a layover, and for some reason, Ohio is insanely expensive to fly to. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone would ever even want to go there. But Seattle to Ohio is always expensive. I don't know why.
So Streetwise is asking, will you be hitting New England on this travel loop? We do not know yet. We have not confirmed anything. We could be going north. We could be going down to Florida. Basically, we've got slightly open invitations to visit people. We could do both. You're going to have to talk to my travel manager. That's Chattanooga Ed he's not going to respond. But we haven't solidified anything. We've talked about several places, but we've got to confirm that we are still wanted. So we don't just want to show up and be like, hey, we're here. John, Lisa, open the door. I just threw that out there to give John a hard time.
The cool thing about going to Florida, though, is you could, go collect.
Yeah,
I think that would be insanely fun.
And I've got family in Florida that doesn't like me, so they might let me, take over their garage for a couple nights.
Sleep in the yard.
Yeah, Tiffany. Well, they wouldn't even let me do that last time. Dear God. Tiffany White says, my turquoise rainbows I got at your favorite fish store are breeding. Talking to me. That is awesome, Tiffany. I am glad to hear it. And yes, I love that place.
Go fish room fever up. Can't say it enough. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I was trying to figure that out. Streetwise says, Fish Room Fever, let me know if you come to Vermont. Besides any aquarium stuff, I could give you some woods and river access and sailing on Lake Champlain. I will definitely take you up on that if we come to Vermont.
How could you not?
Father Fish would be. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I haven't been on a boat in so long. I used to live in Florida, but I haven't been on a boat in forever. Kaylor's Aquatic says Father Fish would be a cool visit. Absolutely, Bob. That was one of the things that we had discussed. I know Father Fish has said he'd love to have us before, but we would, of course, want to solidify that with him prior than just heading down there. But yeah, lots of big plans or big expectations after I tell them where they can stick my store manager keys.
So Ro says the after party will be at her house.
There we go.
So she must be local there too, obviously.
Wait, can you host a party and an after party at the same spot? Streetwise says, I don't know them personally, but Big City Bettis and JH are in the Burlington area. I have met Amber and Joseph. Very, very cool people. I'm sure I could convince them to let us come by and check out that awesome place that they have going now.
Yeah, Man, they got a lot of stuff fast. It seems like they got that stuff really fast, which is just crazy.
Dude, it puts me to shame when I look at all the fish tanks and things they have. I'm like, 45 tanks ain't squat.
Well, somehow they talked. I think they talked Petco out of all their fish tanks somehow. Just pretty crazy.
It's amber. That doesn't surprise me. It really, really doesn't.
John and Lisa are doing something. I don't know what that means either.
I don't either. Yeah, no. No clue.
Get this chat under control, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. Hey, you people settle down. Who was it? Fish Streams, I think, said you need to stop complaining and go visit, Bob.
I do want to go to Florida. I wanted to go to Florida for a long time.
So you're just gonna have to. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to plan it so you can come down here for this event, and then as soon as the event's over, Chattanooga, Ed, you and myself, I'll just head down to Florida. And we just party down there.
It would be fun. I just wondered how long I could stay shut down. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because I would hope by then that I'm shipping fish again.
Well, see, it's you, so you're gonna look and you're gonna find some really cheap flights. So what you would do is you would fly here, party, fly back home, do what you need to do, and then fly down to Florida and be there before we even drove down.
It wouldn't be the most ridiculous thing I've ever done.
I'm sure it wouldn't be. Visit Wild Fish Tanks in Florida, says GRB Aquatics.
Amber picked up her tanks in a U-Haul. That's insane.
Yeah, I heard about that. I would definitely need a U-Haul if I were to move. I'm not looking forward to that. Eventually, which again, it's a mobile home. I own it, but I don't own the land that it sits on. So eventually I will buy a piece of property, and then that's going to be an adventure in and of itself. But that's when I plan to build, probably like the pole barn style with the aluminum siding and insulate it, and then I'll just move it into that straight from the house, so it won't be too terrible.
Rose says she has 2 acres to party on.
Oh, hey, we could do that. Dragonlair says he is 70. Oh, somebody said GRB had another great idea. Where is it? Oh, it was a visit
Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to visit Ryan. Like, it's pretty much one of those things that if we have an invitation, we can probably figure out a way to do it.
And he would be the guy that sets up, he would know all the places to go collect fish, too.
Right, yeah, so we're going to have to work that in there. I'll have to talk to my travel manager, of course, and I may not be able to get back into my house when I return, but I think it would still be fun.
It goes with the territory.
Yeah, it does. Fortunately, she's a fish keeper, so I know that, the tanks will be cared for while I'm gone. Thank you, Candy, for dropping the link to my channel. I appreciate that very, very much. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that being said, I will say that just about anyone is welcome to come on my live stream at any time. Like, nobody ever asks, which is crazy. Like, it's weird.
Well, I think it's the whole stigma of you being the bigger channel that kind of throws people away from that. You are, but in the FishTube community, you're a larger channel.
I don't know. These things are always way more fun with other people. So if I could have someone on every time, I would.
So I'll tell you the Peck Tech story, since we've already plugged that video. I had talked to Sean about doing a video with him. My assumption was that he would just come on my channel. I wasn't trying to push my way onto his channel. So I get over there, and long story short, we had already gotten to where he was going to provide a tank. He's like, I've got a Spec 5, just use this tank. I'm like, okay, cool. I had talked to the LFS. They wanted to sponsor it, so they donated substrate and driftwood and plants and fish and shrimp and basically anything that I needed for it. I get over to Sean's house, and I've got I'll call it dinky, but I've got my 2 phones and my gimbal and all my stuff for recording. And I walk in the door, and he's got his fancy studio lighting set up with his lighting backdrop and his multiple expensive cameras. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, he's going to film it and send me the footage. Cool. That would be awesome. And we sit down, and we've got everything kind of in place, and we've talked a little bit. And then he looks over and he says, okay, so this is how we do the intros on my channel. I'm like, what? Well, I didn't know I was going to be on your channel. Thank you. So that was funny. And then I felt bad, of course, because I had accepted the sponsorship, if you will, or the donations from the local fish store, and they're going on. It's somebody else's channel, but fortunately, he's been there before. He's done videos from that store, so it wasn't a big deal, and he didn't care. But it was. I kind of felt like a jerk. Like, yeah, sure. Let me take this free stuff and go tell Peck Tech that we're gonna, do the video this way, because I never intended it to be that. But it was funny, and he was cool with it.
He is one of the most interesting guys that I've ever met, probably in FishTube.
Yeah.
And I've never even really like talked to him that much. Like, I saw him at the Aquatic Experience walking around with like his big steampunk, like massive camera cage. I don't even know what you would call it. I'm sure there's a word for it. And he was like, "Oh, hey, Bob," and I was like, "Wow, he's just really nice." I didn't even know he knew who I was.
Yeah, no, he's a cool dude, and he loves his games. Like, went to his house to play games, and we did a live stream from there one time, and he has just got board games galore. I don't even know how many he's got. So him and Chattanooga Ed get along wonderfully, because Chattanooga Ed is a huge game nerd too. I enjoy it, but they're like talking all these details about startup games and stuff that I have no clue of. So let's see. Kaylor's Aquatic says they're happy James. He's got 40,000 more subs. Yeah, I mean, they weren't complaining, but they also weren't complaining to give me a whole bunch of free stuff to do it on my channel. I'd never asked for it, but we've got a mutually beneficial relationship at this point. I really support them. Hey, look at that. I'm going to let you pronounce that name, Bob.
David Tensfelt with the $1 turd. Thank you, my friend.
All right. Gotta love the poop emoji. But yeah, there was no complaint that it went on the Peck Tech channel. That time I was like, look, you're going to get several videos out of this, because Sean also used some of his fluval stratum to start the tank, since he had an open bag. Probably wanted it out of the way. So I still have a ton of fluval stratum that was donated by the LFS. So I'm going to I did the video today. They've got Sean's video, and then I will be shouting them out in another video that I aquascape with that same stratum. So, it works. And I mean, they're great people. That's Aquatic Marine here in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's anybody that goes on my channel knows that I love that store.
Bob Kaler says, "You asked me, Bob. I had others first." That is true. I asked Bob Kaler a long time ago. Matter of fact, it was so long ago that I completely forgot about asking him to come on the stream. But I guess, that is fair. While people don't ask me, I don't ask a lot of people either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess saying, like, if you want to come on the stream, you can come on the stream is not really the same as, like, messaging someone and asking them if they want to come on the stream. So I can't complain too much.
Yeah, that's true. Rose Aquatics is asking how much for a booth, James. I don't know just yet, but I will let you know as soon as I find out, Ro.
Well, and you would think, them being a fish store, that they would have vendors, like all the connections with the vendors and...
Yeah, I'm not, again, going to give any names just yet, because it's not really my place to at this point until I'm told to do so. But yeah, there was mention of several of the brands that they carry, getting people out from them. May even have some fish tuber side booths, if you will, of fish tubers that do various other things fishy related, for them to have their products out there.
Well, I can tell you that I don't want a booth, but I definitely want to go.
Right. That's the fun part of not having a booth, is you just get to hang out and have fun and do all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's even talk of like a food truck, and I already have a cotton candy making machine. So all sorts of fun stuff like that.
Dragon Larry says, "James, you have to go to Imperial Tropicals in Florida." Chevy will agree with me. They breed awesome haps. They breed awesome everything. I would love to go there too. So
Shy, my old lady, Miss Fever, is a huge African cichlid fan. I'm not necessarily, but she's the reason that 110 is full of African cichlids. So my regulars over on my channel know that she's constantly bullying me into buying African cichlids.
Oh, food truck, yes.
Hashtag food. Gotta love it. Curtis Schindler says you had me at food truck. All right, so I think we've got like 100 people confirmed to be there. That's awesome. So we'll set a date for it. Perfect.
I think if we all blasted
And-
it nonstop, you'd easily get 100 people. Easily.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be like majorly announced around town. And the good thing is, there's interstate access from multiple directions, really, really close to the location. So it's not like you got to go down a whole bunch of backwoods to get there, and it's on a major road here. So it's a good spot. There's plenty of parking for the thing, and I think just the area that's being covered is like a 40 by 100. So there's going to be tons of room, tons of fun, tons of fish. Keller Aquatics says, James, let me know if something comes up that I could help with. Absolutely, Bob. I was going to talk to you about it because we're forming like an inner circle of fish tubers, if you will. And then the person that's actually running the show is wanting to kind of do almost like a conference call with all the fish tubers to see what we need, what ideas we have, that type of stuff.
Food.
Yes, food. But yeah, and there's all sorts of, funny things that you don't really think about. Like if we're going to have a fish tuber booth, there's going to be lots of fish tubers. That usually ends up being tons of fish tuber backpacks and things like that need securely stored, gear and that type of stuff. So
And a
things
very
like that
good
are being taken.
internet signal.
Yes, good internet
good
signal.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think that we're just going to have to make the fish tuber booth right by the door, and we can just drop an Ethernet cable out to it. Let's see.
What? Streetwise says, Bob, you have a well-fitting hat. Okay. I'm surprised you don't have your own. My logo is way too hard for embroidery. Matthew Vargas, I think, has been working on it, but I have to cut out so many colors and a lot of the angles, and it just looks weird.
Even mine is a pain in the butt to have embroidered. I didn't realize how many colors were actually in it because it looks like it's just black and white and blue, but there are a lot of like subtle orangish, brownish reds, and all sorts of crap in it.
Yeah, basically for me to do it, I'd have to take the rainbow fish out and just have the circle with Steamfoot Aquatics.
Oh, I see the studio behind you now. I hadn't even noticed that. I'm so used to you having the fish behind you that I'm now seeing that set up. That's pretty awesome.
Where's Matthew tonight? Matthew Vargas was here when we started, but it's been a while. We've been going for an hour and a half, I think, although I was really late.
I told you I was going to run people off. It happens,
No, I think we have more people.
173 watching and 119 thumbs up. That's not too bad. Candy will tell you to smash the like, and I will too, because it's not my stream, so I can promote that.
You can promote anything you want. Where's Matthew, Terrence? Wait, anyone else would love to have you on Facebook? What? Facebook. Can raid with Thomas C.
So I will say,
to go. I mean, it sounds like there's at least 50 people in this chat that'll go. So I think hitting 100 is going to be really easy.
Yeah. And I was just thinking 100 in terms of YouTube, not in terms of the overall event. But yeah, that is awesome. That is really cool. So I will say to my members that are listening, because I see several of them in here, I did get the ideas for the emojis, and I'm going to make those. I was actually in that process when we started this whole Skype thing. So I'm going to be making those and getting those uploaded for you all. So thank you for your input and your support.
Fish Dream says, you guys are my heart. Aww.
Oh, you're our heart.
SC Aquatic says, I'm late to the party. What show are they talking about? Sounds like something might be happening in Tennessee towards the end of the year. Third quarter.
There will be
Hopefully.
Third quarter. Huge event. It's definitely going to happen. We just have to nail down the dates. This is very preliminary. This is that point when two people come together and go, you think we should do this? And go, yeah, I think we should do it. And one person looks and goes, well, hey, we can do this right here, and I've already called and set up for tents and figured this part out. And it's like, okay, cool, let's see how far we can run with it. So, but yeah, definitely going to happen. We just have to get the date nailed down. Hopefully we'll do that within the next week or so.
Bob's the only 10 I see. So do people in Tennessee use the Tennessee pickup line? Or is it only people outside of Tennessee?
I think it's only outside of Tennessee. I don't know. I'm not really a pickup line kind of guy.
Oh, well, okay then.
I have to say that Miss Fever would get mad if she knew all my pickup lines I've been using lately. Gosh.
We got to try them on her. That's
That's
better to
just
do something
Haiti
in
wants some
Tennessee
African
rather than
cichlids.
Michigan. What? Oh, never mind. Great time of year to see the mountains too. Tennessee. I've never been to Tennessee. I would love to go.
Yeah, you need to come down here. Plus, I mean, cheap property for you to look at. I know you're always talking about property prices.
Tennessee is one of the states that I consistently look at for sure.
Yeah. So just get that property, get a couple extra acres, and forget about it. And then I'll move my place there, and you can have help with your fish shipping and all that good stuff.
It's so cheap. Mark Wahlberg, he says it's the great state of shooting stuff, and I do like to shoot stuff. So,
dude, you missed it earlier, but when I first came in, I accidentally came in on my other channel, which has not gone anywhere yet because I don't have enough people to actually feel like doing a live stream. But Armed Aquarist is my other channel, and you can imagine what that's going to be about. I am all about blowing stuff up.
Bob, I got a phone call. What did I do? What? Oh, never mind. Other Bob.
Yeah, so we may have to plan some time to make some things go boom when you come into town.
I'm all for it.
Let's see, Tennessee is beautiful, and then Carrie Habercorn says Tennessee is absolutely beautiful. Yes, I love it here. I'm originally from Florida years and years ago. My mom's family is from up here, so we moved back here. Does Tennessee have a state income tax? No clue. I've got enough exemptions with the kids that I don't pay anything but like my FICA and Medicare stuff in terms of the taxes on my check. So
no state income tax. Well, if they had a state income tax, that probably means they wouldn't have a sales tax, right? Usually it's one or the other.
I guess so. I don't know. I just pay what I'm told to. It's kind of like gas prices. I can only run 93 octane in my car that's got no ethanol in it, so I don't look at the price because there's one place I can buy it. So it doesn't matter what it costs. I've got to get it, so I don't even look at it. When people are like, gas prices are down or gas prices are up, I'm like, I got to have it. I don't look. Don't know. Okay.
How cold are Tennessee winters? Kenny Schindler wants to know.
They're really not bad. Every once in a while, we will get a very small amount of snow, but overall, they're not bad. Of course, and I assume it's like this everywhere, but when it's cold, everybody complains that it's not hot. And when it's hot, everybody complains that it's not cold. So if you ask people that live here, like, oh my God, it's too cold. And I'm like, it's really not that bad.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of 40s. Feels nice. Except when it's like, the middle of May, you walk out and it's in the 40s and you're like,
yeah, that's how it is right now. It's really frustrating. Can't get my fish outside yet because it's still in the 40s at night.
Yeah, UPS or Living the Dream is also from Knoxville. I have to say there was one day I drove by and I almost stopped to ask a UPS lady if she needed assistance because she had a rental truck. And she had taken the corner and she was in the back trying to fix the packages because they had all flown all throughout the back of that box truck loaner that she had, or rental. And I'm like, I wonder if that's UPS or Living the Dream. And then I'm like, no, if I stop to offer this lady help, she's probably going to scream and call the cops or think I'm trying to rob her. So I'm just going to drive right past. But I had that thought.
Man, yeah, I have a buddy who has a retirement house and property there, and as soon as he retires, he's moving out there, and that's where I got the idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I do enjoy it. I miss Florida just for things like the ocean. I grew up on the ocean, so I think that played a huge part in my love for aquatic life. I almost said marine life because I spent, my time as a kid playing in the ocean and doing that kind of stuff.
And yet you do freshwater aquariums.
I do. I used to have saltwater. I used to have, the biggest one I ever had set up was the 220-gallon saltwater reef tank. But when I came back into the hobby last year, I decided I would stick with the fresh. And then the fresh kind of took over. And I've got one salt tank, and I will probably set up a second salt tank just so that I can have something with coral in it. I'll probably do a BioCube, but it's mostly fresh. I have the one tank that's got the Tessellata eel in it that's salt.
Yeah, I've got a 33-gallon long that I want to do salt in. But
that's a nice footprint. I like those.
It is. It's really cool. And I would do like just one type of. I would just do like pulsing xenia, and that's it.
There you go. And it's going to spread really easily, so no work involved.
That's the thing. I want like the whole thing just pulsing. I think it would be really cool.
Well, that would be really cool. That would be totally and completely frowned upon by the general saltwater community. Because that was the stuff, like back when I was in the Reef Club, people would go, oh God, that's zinnia. And that's kind of considered like the duckweed of coral keeping to a lot of people.
Hello, UPSer. Living the dream. She said that was not her.
Good.
I want a 200 gallon with 75 Cory cats. That would be. I would do more if I had a 200 gallon.
Absolutely. That would be pretty cool, though. And that was Terrence Blanton that said that.
Yeah, I just got.
People like their name shouted out.
I just got 40 peppered corridors, and any large number of corridors is awesome.
The Zen Ginger says, Candy, in case I haven't told you recently, you're pretty magical. I just sit here and wonder what you do. I have poor decision-making skills. Zen does, and yes, Candy is awesome, but Zen is still awesome in her own right. And there we go, shameless promotion. Since Bob doesn't do enough of his own, I will overly promote my stuff. Fish Room Fever has a premiere in 40 minutes. You all should go check that out. It's going to be cool. It's not a super long one. I think it's only about 7 minutes, so I'm not going to waste even 10 minutes of your time.
Yeah. You know, the funny, someone commented on one of my videos, and they said, you need to do shorter videos. And I was like, the only 2 videos I've made this month, they were both 7 minutes. How much shorter do you want?
Well, that's like the best performing video on my channel right now is a little 2-minute crappy video, and you've talked about this before. The ones that you put your heart and soul into do horrible, and the ones that are just like meh, whatever, do great. It's true. For my channel size, it's doing wonderful, but it's my top performing video, and it's 2 minutes of piranha footage that I made towards the beginning of my channel. Don't even talk in it. I don't even have text in it. It's just some really cheesy cinematic music going and the piranha feeding. And it's like, hey, here's 1,200 views for that. And I'm like, okay.
Kenny says I have a pond in the backyard full of Oscars and peacock bass. That's crazy. How big a pond? I think you've told me how big it is before, but tell me again. Fish Dream says, shout out to Aquarium Co-op that got me started in the fish. Oh, started on the fish from Fish Fam, maybe?
I think so. Probably.
We can
if I had to guess.
Aquarium Co-op thing here. There you go.
I mean, at least Kenny's never going to go hungry with a pond full of those guys.
8 corridors. Oh, UPSer says I have 8 corridors and want more, but I'm totally stocked up for my 55-gallon tank.
Dude, I've got some Panda Corys that I need to get breeding again. They still do sometimes, but I haven't pulled the eggs in forever. I need to get back to that.
Yeah, I just kind of let my Corys do their own thing. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. Either way, they're they'll survive or they're fish food, and really good fish food. So.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of how mine has been. And every once in a while, I'll see I've got one new Cory cat, kind of at a time. It's like, oh hey, awesome.
No, he don't have that pond. He wants that pond.
Blanton.
I'm so confused.
Oh. Yeah, me too. We're not supposed to know what's going on. We're just the ones on the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Terrence says, I've got my 6 green lasers doing their own thing. Wish I had more, but would be cool if they spawned. Yeah, I didn't even try to spawn my Panda Corys. They just did it, and I was like, holy crap. And then they did it again, and now I just leave them to do it as they please.
Speaking of Aquarium Co-op, if I ever did get into like breeding Corys, I would do it the way he does it, where he just sinks spawning mops and lets them spawn in the spawning mops. That seems so easy.
Oh yeah. Bob, do you want to deal with this troll in the chat? Got that funny check mark next to him.
Oh, here we go.
God.
Wait a minute. Who are these 2 clowns? It's KG Tropicals.
Yeah.
There.
I thought I was KG Tropicals. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Look at this imposter in the chat here. God. Oh, that's great. Hey, John, how are you? Hope you're doing well. We're and Bob still got it up. See, I've got me covered with the chat since it kind of flows with my camera angle, so I don't even know when you've got it over. But you could be putting all sorts of god awful things in both my my video there, and I wouldn't even know it. So.
I feel like John's been kind of MIA lately. He hasn't even trolled me on Facebook lately.
Oh, he wants to know how come he wasn't invited to this party. Well, he's
I
probably
did
going to
invite
be
him,
mad
but
he wasn't
never
invited
responds
this
to me
Saturday
anymore.
Either. Fishroom Fever, I think I replied to you as KG because of some graphics, says Streetwise. Gee, I don't know why people would think I'm KG Tropicals. You know, that's crazy.
The goatee? I don't know.
I've got so many more subscribers than that guy. That don't downplay me to his. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. For those of you that don't know, I do not have nearly that many. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just busting John's balls. Oh, John, check this out since you're listening. I'm going to get you some nice 8K footage with this thing. I've been meaning to send that over to you. I know you love the really high def stuff, buddy.
Footage of what?
I don't know. Some fish. He's going to lose his mind, though. He doesn't like 4K. Dear God, he's going to flip out on the 8K.
Oh, I guarantee you he doesn't have an 8K monitor, so it doesn't matter.
Curtis Schindler says, again, that's how you know you made it, when you have imposters. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's the John we know. Bob, you're full of crap. You haven't invited me in a while. It's been at least a month since I turned you down. That's true. That is actually very true.
That's why I'm here, you know, posing as KG. He couldn't get you on here, so we're just going to pretend that you're capable of growing hair and that your goatee looks better and go with it.
You can come on next week, though. I got openings.
Hey, Friday Fish Facts.
Oh, is Ron here? I missed it. What's up, buddy? I still don't see him.
Fish Stream said a lot of us went from cichlids to salt to fresh. Yeah, I'm not trying to do a lot of transitioning. I'm going to stick to my freshwater. Maybe 2 salt tanks. The one for that big eel and then 1 coral tank.
Oh, there he is.
With actual coral, not zinnia.
Now I see him. I think my chat wasn't all the way to the bottom, but it is now. I'm here. I hope Terry's doing well, Ron. I haven't heard anything, but I hope he's doing well.
Oh, John's going to make me blush. Says, I'll never have a goatee like that. Yours is glorious, James. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. I spend 14 hours a day simply brushing it. Just kidding. I have Miss Fever do it. She's awesome like that.
Yeah, I want to know what happened to last Thursday. Like, I was the only person that live streamed, and normally there's like 1,800 people live streaming on Thursdays.
Now, Ed and I were on. We have switched. Well, there's some promotion that's not shameless, either one, both. So the nocturnal feeding show that we used to do on Thursday nights on my channel has switched over to Chattanooga Ed. That way we can help move his. Oh, thank you. Love you. That way we can help do some good on his channel, because he's been an amazing friend and companion and helper on mine on this wonderful YouTube journey. So we want to help push his channel forward. So Chattanooga Ed on Thursdays instead of Fish.
I wonder if I do not have the notification turned on.
Probably not. And it's still basically the same show. It's both of us. I even actually have his login information, and I host it from my computer because he's not a tech guy. Which was where Fish Dreams came in and said, you should be on the other side if you're not hosting. And I said, that would be nice, but Streamlab or StreamYard won't let me do that. So
of course not. And I have the notification bell now.
So Candy Overhauls says, I thought last Thursday was glorious. I went for a walk. Yeah, bless her heart. She actually got to get out and go do something and not have to do all of that streaming. There we go. There's some more crap on the stream for you, Bob.
Yep. Bob Kaler with the $1 turd. Thank you, my friend. I know. I almost thought, like, I was getting ready for... I saw that Cory wasn't going live, so then I was getting ready for John's, and nothing was scheduled. And so then I messaged Candy. I was like, is this clown not going live tonight? And I almost went live again.
I considered it. I really did. But I was like, no, I'm sure there will be enough other people that can take advantage of that time. And I'm going to be on Ed's channel later talking for 2 hours. I'll just save it for then.
Fish Dreams with the turd. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very, very nice. You're getting lots of crap in this stream, and not just what's coming out of our mouths either.
I know. I like it. This might be the most crap I've ever had on my stream.
Yeah.
Definitely the most
no.
I've ever talked about poop on a fish live stream. That's for sure.
I mean, you've had John from KG on here, so there's definitely been more crap on your stream, but
I will say that he is good for memberships. I don't know how that guy can sell memberships, but the last time he was on my channel, he got me like 5 members. It was crazy.
Dude, that's awesome.
Mike Journey with the $5 mic drop. At first, I thought he was flipping me off, but
well, I mean, for $5 he can flip you off, right?
Oh, for sure. What is he doing at the end? See, it looks like he's like giving me the bird out of his mouth.
Maybe a number 1. I don't know.
Either way, it's still pretty cool.
Kaylor's Aquatic says, James, you're already like Lucy on every day somewhere. Yeah, I pop up in a lot of random places. You never, especially with the Monday streams.
Yeah, that's a great compliment because Lucy is the best by far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my beard's almost as pretty as hers. John says, I don't deserve this harassment. I'm out. F you guys. Oh, John, you'd be giving it just as much if you were up here, buddy.
I'm pretty sure I just gave him a compliment too. But
yeah. We love John at KG Tropicals.
There's no crying in baseball.
Oh, thank you, Kim, for that. Moonstone. That was a good one.
The Dragon Lair says everyone's shitting on Bob tonight. That's definitely the truth, but in a good way. I guess. I don't know.
And then good old Curtis Schindler. John, how dare you?
How dare you?
But yeah, so I will tell you this. I'm still playing around with my memberships. Of course, I'm fairly new with it, so I think I'm gonna.
How's the tiers working out for you? Because I know John went away from the tiers.
Not bad. He did, and honestly, when I first set my members up, I didn't intend to set it up at that exact moment. I went to schedule a stream and post a thumbnail and all that fun stuff, and YouTube was like, congratulations, you've got members, click this button. And I'm like, okay, come on, I need to do this. And they're like, hey, set this up. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool. Hey, do this. And I'm like, all right, here's the suggested. And then after the fact, I'm like, I don't really like that, but I think I am going to keep the $2 level, the $5 level, and probably a $10 level. I've got a $25 level on top of that right now. I had a $15 level. I canceled that one out because there were no members at that level. I've got a couple people at the $25 a month level. Thank you to Zen Ginger and Mr. Zen, my heroes. It's a Zebra Pleco level membership, so I've not canceled that one out. But I think I'm going to drop it down, and we're going to have members. I don't know if it's going to be members only live streams at the $5 level, or maybe members only chat when I have special guests on. Not like you, but actually special guests. Just kidding. But I am reworking it, so it's interesting. But I've got 26 members at this point, and I'm very grateful for that. Very humbled and honored.
That's pretty good. So we got a $5 super chat from Streetwise. Says, thanks for the tech answers. I'll give you a little secret. I plan on having Jimmy on the live stream here. I mean, it might be like next week or in a month and a half. But that is the guy that asks the tech questions too. So if you're here for that stream, you'll get way better answers than, I don't know what this lens is used for. It sucks.
Look at that new member there you got.
All right. Oh, and Streetwise now becoming a member. All right. I do have some actual members content coming out this week. But for the non-members, don't get mad because I only post like 30-second to 1-minute videos. It's really nothing.
Yeah, so that's been one of the fun things I've done with it is things I wouldn't normally post to YouTube because YouTube would crap on them. I've been able to do for the members. So like I was doing a water change on my eel tank, which it's like a 3.5-foot Tesselada eel. And I did a short video and posted it for the members. I posted a preview for the Pec Tech fluvial tank before it even got posted on his channel, so they got to see what the tank looked like before anybody had put any video out on it. Rose Aquatic says, I like to see James blush. Yeah, so does Mr. Zen. He's really good with doing that with the massive super chats. But what I think that we should probably do, I've got some awesome people in here. You said John usually gets you like 5 members. I think we can get you 6 members because I think people want to shut KG Tropicals down.
I don't know. That's a tall order. I don't know that I've ever gotten more than 5 in one stream, except for that one stream. Streetwise says, now tell me what those studio monitors are and what your favorite small ones are. You have 824s. I use BenQ monitors specifically currently. For really no good reason other than they were all on sale when I bought them. But I do love them a lot. I really like BenQ monitors.
So, Go KG Tropical says, I don't know about lenses, but I've become very fluent in everything else. It's a shame I don't get invited to come on the stream anymore. I could probably help out a lot of people.
See, I'm also pretty sure I just invited him to come on next week, too.
I think you did, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's happened.
My second best video on my channel is where you and him were both on at the same time. Then I think my fourth best one is where John and I did the tech talk. So you've been helping out people over there still, John.
Yeah, that was like a 4-hour live stream, right?
Yeah, the one you were on with us was like 8 hours.
Me? I was in an 8-hour stream?
Yeah. It's really long. I'm pretty sure it's longer than 4.
Wow.
I think that it was supposed to be like an hour and a half, and initially you were like, I'll probably have to cut out after a bit. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then you're like, man, I can stay. I can stay. It was a blast. I can check at the time.
I've been
but yeah,
toying around the idea of doing like an 8-hour live stream, but like the idea of it sounds more fun than actually doing it, I think.
Right. That's kind of like me going, I could do a 24-hour live stream. Yeah, okay, so hanging out. Okay, so it's 5 hours, 4 hours and 46 minutes. So it wasn't that long.
163 turds would be cool too. Yeah, it would be. I wonder how many turds I've got so far. I'm gonna count them.
Okay, yeah, it's another Saturday hangout that I've got that's an 8-hour live stream. Those are fun times, but they're a little rough.
12 turds so far.
Oh, I think we can scrounge up 1 or 2 more members.
Bob, I think 8 is good with a team. You can get food when you need. Yeah, 8 would be good if I had people on here. And now that I know, like, I can have people call in through Skype, it didn't affect anything.
Yeah,
it's probably doable if I plan it out.
So Main's Tails Fur and says, I could listen to 8 hours of fish talk. And Aquatic said, after 8 hours, Bob would be real ranty. Yes, I'm sure.
I would. I've been so close to ranting the last couple weeks, and I keep teasing you guys with it, but I don't know that I would ever actually rant, but boy, there's a few things that have bugged me a lot the last couple weeks.
Hey, there's some more crap for you.
Yep, T-Shot, 99-cent turd. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess the only downfall to using Skype is that I wouldn't be able to have more than one person on at a time. But I just really don't like StreamYards. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason for it other than, well, I don't know. I just don't like it. Chad Krotz, 99-cent turd. Thank you. And Danikin Aquatics, welcome to the Steamfot Show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, these awesome people here. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Chad. But yeah, you're welcome to rant when you come on my stream Saturday. You know,
I would have to. An 8-hour stream, I could like cut it up and have like 4 guests on for 2 hours. I think that would be doable.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Or
look at that.
I could just swallow my whatever it is I don't like about StreamYards, and anyone can come on whenever they want. Terrence Blanton. I don't know why that was so hard. Welcome to the Steamfot Show. Uh-oh.
Look at that. We're getting there. We are making progress.
That is 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
Hey.
Well, you do carry a big stick, apparently.
Back on here sometime. Yeah, I do. When Miss Fever lets me hold on to it, yeah.
Jeez. What about 3 hosts at any one time with a 4th rectangle for a tank view? I would rather just have 3 people, 2 people, 4 people. Like
Yeah.
when I start mixing in like videos, it just puts more stress on the computer. And if I'm going to be running for 8 hours, then I would rather not have that.
Oh, good old Bob Kaler.
All right, so what were we at? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 turds. Those do count.
Oh, that's great.
I am counting them.
That's great.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
I turn my volume down. I'm gonna have to throw some more crap at this stream. I'm not throwing enough already being on it.
So I figure we'll probably cut off at in 15 minutes.
Hey, dude, whenever
Just in
you
time
want
for
to.
your premiere.
That sounds good, and I appreciate it. Eventually, I've got to get some more water in this fish tank. These fish are not happy. They're fine, but they're not amused.
Well, we can go like 10 more minutes, and then we can link to premiere. You can fill up the tank and be back for the premiere.
Whenever you want to end it, I'm good, because this whole half of the house is fish room / fish hallway, and this bathroom is set up to where the python hooks to the sink, and I've got the hook on it, so I literally just have to go in there and flip the switch and get the water running to it. Oh, look, one more.
Oh man, we're one away. Cheryl Fenig. I hope I pronounced that right. Don't be offended if I didn't, please. Welcome to the Steamfot Shoal. I appreciate it. Mains, tails, furs, and fins. My guppies sure are loving being out in their pond down here in Louisiana. Oh, man. I have to hear about everyone's ponds, and I just have to sit there and look at mine.
I have one pond, which is actually a tote that I am testing out with a convict cichlid to see how it fares currently. And hey, look at that! You've got me like 7 subscribers while I've been on here, and we've got some more crap on the channel.
Only 7. You know, one thing I've learned is I definitely do not carry a big stick when it comes to getting people subscribers. Because anytime I shout out people, they get like 2 subscribers. I don't know.
I really don't think a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm just. I'm probably just as bad as promoting other people as I am promoting myself.
So I will say there have been a couple times that I have like done a show for somebody or been in somebody else's time slot and had like an evolution of maybe 40 people from doing that video, and that's been amazing. But generally speaking, yeah, there's not a huge transition. I think the most I ever got just from a shout out was from the King of DIY off of Instagram. But otherwise, it doesn't transition.
Gina French with the 99 or the I guess $1 turd. Thank you. I forgot where we were at though. I think that's like 24.
I'm trying to throw some more crap on your stream here. Bear with me.
Moonstone says, pond question, the temperature fluctuation has no effect, I'm guessing. Well, it just depends on how fast the fluctuation is. That's what really matters. Again, so the smaller totes, like we discussed earlier, the 30 gallons, 20 gallons, 40 gallons, those are going to have way faster swings. So you have to, like, if you get a couple hot days in a row, you really got to watch it. Mean Mud Aquatic says, I'm shipping some guppies tomorrow. The temps are going to be in the 80s. Should I use a styro liner or not? Yes. Always use styro liners. One, because it helps the box from being crushed. And also, it keeps them cool as well as you know, insulation works both ways. So if whoever you deliver them to keeps them out on the porch in the sun, the styro liner will keep them cooler for longer than if you didn't have the styro liner. Eventually, it'll heat up and cook them, but it'll last longer at least. Fish Room Fever. Oh, with the turd. You son of a biscuit. And Dragon Lair. And Gina French, number 6. That ties KG Tropical's record. There you go.
I thought you said it was like 5 before. See?
It was 6. It was 6. I checked.
Okay, it was 6. All right. I'm sure I have got one more amazing member from my family that we could convince to like you just a little bit to do a membership.
Moonstone, Seafood O'Clock, 65 today, 90 next week for days, then back down. Oregon is so flex. Wow, you guys are going to be in 90s next week? We're only going to be in the 70s.
That's rough.
So you're going to have to watch for, obviously, it getting too hot.
Yeah.
How does that work even when we're careful about temps indoors? So indoor, like my fish room that's in the garage, as soon as it gets 75 outside, everything in my garage shuts down as far as like the heater, so I use a wall heater and a dehumidifier. But as soon as it gets like in the low to mid 70s, the LED lights keep it warm enough to where I don't have to use any type of heat. It's great. I love it.
That's awesome. I've got, Ed would say I have my house mysteriously rigged because the fish end is like all heated to where the rooms stay right at 78 to 80 degrees. But the rest of my house is standard comfort living temperatures, so I don't have to do a whole lot indoors for my stuff.
Friday Fish Fact says, Bob, what's up, buddy? What's going on? Bob, 3 times. What's up, Bob? Or what's up, Ron? Let's say. Fish Dream says, thank you guys for being fish nerds. That we definitely are.
Yes, and thank you for enjoying Fish Nerds.
Mains, tails, furs, and fins. Okay, so I have guppies in one 100-gallon pond and mollies in another. But I have one more. What should I put in it? Boy. I would say if you can get longfin white clouds, those things are amazing.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
And they're super easy to sell too, so if you end up with 1 million of them, everyone always wants longfin white clouds.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Vince Crumpton says, hey everybody, I'm looking for guppies for the 20-gallon tank. Who has the best place to buy? There's so many places to get guppies now.
There are.
I mean, Twin Cities Guppies is one of my favorites. But his are like the super high quality, rarer strains.
Well, you know, you're using that backdrop footage, or at least you were, from HC Aqua. I don't know what he's got in stock, but he carries some gorgeous guppies.
So yeah, it's one of those things like where you don't want to recommend someone because then there's so many other people that you don't recommend, even though.
Well, I know. And that's why I did it for you. But I figured since you were using his backdrop, courtesy of him, you know.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Well,
he has nice fish regardless, and he always has
He does.
He always has like rare fish too.
Yeah.
Anyone seen 24 karat gold longfin white clouds? Never. I've seen longfin and the 24 karat, but never combined.
Yeah, same
Mean
here.
Mug Aquatics with the $1 turd. Thank you, my friend.
Bob Kaler had said, it is hot as hell back there, referencing, I was talking about the temperature. Yeah, Bob has been here. He's done a tour. I think it had to come down. Well, it didn't necessarily have to come down, but my youngest had actually led him around and told him what was in a lot of the tanks. So when the whole COPPA thing came around, I believe he told it, understandably so. But he's been here. He can attest to that. It is definitely warm. It's no Discus Hans warm in here, you know, and I'm used to now 78. But if you're not used to it and you come back here from the rest of the house, it's a little warm.
LRB has some nice one. Oh, yeah. Can't forget about Lucas.
Yeah.
Dan's Fish. Can't forget about him. I mean, there's just so many. There's so many good
There
places.
are. I'm just going to say go check out my channel, shameless plug. I've done some guppy unboxing videos for quite a few people with some awesome guppies.
There you go.
So there you
go. It's hard being a fish, reptile, and plant nerd. It's easy. It's just expensive. Especially when you throw reptiles in. Yeesh.
Yeah, so I got a Pac-Man frog about a month or so ago. I know, not reptile, but I'm just saying anything outside of the fish. I usually stick to fish, but I had one when I was a kid, and when I was hanging out with Bob and Ed and Ro, I saw the fat little guy, and I just had to get him. So he's doing really well. I mentioned that because people had asked about him. I put a picture up on Instagram, I think. But I'll do a video about him at some point. But he's doing good.
That would be, I mean, that would be a good one for members. I don't know if you want to put reptile, well, amphibian. Anytime I do amphibian or reptile videos, my channel just gets crushed for like a month. It's rough.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. People, you know, because there's that whole divide about, well, then you're withholding content from your regular members, and it's like, no, I'm really not. I'm posting stuff that I normally wouldn't put out in the world for YouTube to hate me for, but that the members seem to enjoy because they're bigger fanatics of what's going on.
Would you guys suspect any issues with electric blue Akara and electric blue Rams together? Thoughts?
I don't. I mean, I have some electric glue cars, and when I say I have, I mean Miss Fever has. But other than that, not my department.
Yeah, I feel like there's a pretty big size difference there that might cause some issues, especially since they both kind of occupy the lower part of the aquarium.
That's true. I forget how big the car actually get. Mine are small. Well, hers are smaller at this point. But yeah, that's a very valid point, the size difference.
I would say you probably need a pretty big aquarium for that to work out.
And Kaler's Aquatics, I trust him, says the Rams won't tolerate it probably.
Yeah, especially, I mean, really either of them. If either of them like pair up and start breeding, that could turn bad real quick.
Yeah, Candy Overhauls has a very, very, very valid point, as always. Says, if it were me, seeing the USPS shipping delays, I wouldn't be getting fish shipped right now. Absolutely. I had an order that shipped out last Monday, was originally scheduled to deliver Thursday, was supposed to be delivered Saturday after that. Still hasn't shown up. Hopefully will be here tomorrow. That being said, I shipped a package out Monday to the Zen Ginger, made it from my door in Tennessee to her door in Texas in 26 hours. So go figure.
Yeah, and honestly, that's why I'm not shipping right now, because, like, one, I love these fish, and I hate when we lose packages. It's happened before. I just don't even want to deal with it, let alone the cost of having to ship out replacements. And then if the replacement happens to that one, then you're really getting screwed. And I can't afford to ship, UPS or FedEx right now. It's just not on the table, not anywhere close. I shipped out my carpet python last week, and I was like super paranoid. But honestly, the only reason I did is because it was going to Tennessee, and the USPS transfer station there, I've talked about it many times, is really good. So it said it was gonna, like, I shipped it priority. Originally I was gonna do priority express, but priority express is not 1 day anymore. So I wasn't going to pay $80 when I can just pay $15 flat rate. And it said 3 days, and it still showed up in 2 days, so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yes, that's there we go. Kaler's Aquatic says, same, and my missing fish are 2 pairs of rainbow cichlids, not small fish. I'm sorry to hear that, Bob. Hopefully they will show up well. I know that sucks.
So, Terrence, this sounds like an amazing tank. 200 gallons with 75 Cory cats and 75 chili rasboras. Honestly, chili rasboras are insanely small. If you could afford like 200, I would do like 200. Honestly, it would be amazing. Alabama, that's right. It was going through the Tennessee transfer station, not to Tennessee. Sorry, I misspoke.
Absolutely. So, Bare Bottom Aquariums, just to clarify, says Fish Room Fever going live in 17 minutes. We should go troll him. It is a premiere. I will not technically be live, but I will be in the chat. It does have a live chat attached to it, but it is just a premiere of a video that I produced, I guess you could say, to be fancy.
Yep, and I'm gonna let you go so you can go fill up your Oscar or your Piranha tank. Excuse me.
Good deal.
So, Fish Room Fever, everyone check it out. Do we have the link here? Let me link it. By the time I do this, it's going to be linked like 3 times, but there is the premiere. Not a fancy thing like candy, but there you go.
Well, thank you, Bob. I'm trying to find the hang-up button amongst all these windows.
Well, say goodbye first.
I'm going to, but I wanted to find the stinking button. There we go.
It's all right, the red
Bob,
one.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you having me on. Yeah, I had to find the window. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all for tolerating me being on, and thank you for the awesome people that joined Bob's membership as well.
Yep, tied a record.
So, perfect. I'll see you next time. Thanks again, Bob.
All right, I'll see you on Saturday, actually. Saturday. Wait, now I gotta go back to here, and we're back. I am not stopping the live stream. We just had to let James go fill up his tank. So I'm going to go live till about 25 after, and then we'll go check out the premiere. I want to thank James for coming on here and everyone who became a member and the turd spam. It's pretty awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I have 2 plecos that was supposed to be overnight, counting today in 5 days. Yes, Gina. I have a member, Dwayne, who bought some Radinocentris, and they were delayed as well. So it's like all I hear about is delays, delays, delays. And when you have a business shipping fish, delays are by far, as far as the most costly, getting fish shipped to me and having them all die is number one. The second most is delays, as far as what's the most expensive part about doing this business. It sucks. It really does. So, I don't know. Who knows how long it's going to last? I don't know. Just sitting here waiting. Man, but plecos in 5 days, that's hard to be hopeful for that. It really is. I'm guessing the heat packs have probably worn out. Hopefully though, keep your fingers crossed. You never know. I mean, who was it? Dan had those fish survive like a month and a half, so you never know. Gotta stay positive. UPS, you're living the dream, says, how is everyone? I think everyone's doing pretty well, I hope. I couldn't chat for a long time. Oh yeah, why did you keep saying my name over and over? I think I missed it. Seems to be working now. Oh, was it just like stuck? Yeah, you kept saying Bob. You said Bob like four times, 4 times. I don't know. Kenny Schindler. Been doing some research on peacock bass and the Royale. Only gets about 13 to 15 inches. Thinking about getting some. Just get a huge pond if you do. Don't be one of those people that get a peacock bass in a 220-gallon tank. That is just not sweet. Not sweet. You need like one of those big round 800-gallon minimum tubs. Those things are awesome. I would love to have one. Some bobs work for you, Bob. Some bobs were for me. Okay, we'll split the bobs. Muso says, Dan had some delayed a week and all alive. Geophagus, we were so amazed. You never know. Yeah, I had another friend ship angels. They arrived 5 days after their delivery date, and I'm like, you're going to be reshipping those, my friend. But they were alive. It's crazy. Bob's your uncle? I feel like Bobs are always an uncle. I'm Uncle Bob. My niece and nephew just graduated last weekend, as a matter of fact. Well, we had their graduation party last weekend. 2 days ago. This weekend. Whatever. I've been watching, but I haven't said hello in a while. So hello, Fish Nerds. Jay White, hello. What About Bob is a great movie. And bigger than the Rams. Yeah, a car. That's a funny typo right there. Yeah, a car are bigger than Rams, but I've never kept them together. John Q. Public. I'm thinking about 50-gallon totes, concerned about hot Florida weather. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely gonna have to pay attention. I mean, you're like every single day. I don't know. I'd be paranoid. 50 gallons is really not that much. Sideshow Bob is Sideshow Bob is my name on a lot of gaming platforms. Sideshow Bob. What else we got? Well, yeah, 50 gallons. Like I said, mine are 300 to 400 gallons, and I still have to check them after like 3 or 4 days of hot weather. So, question: do I put a heat pack into New Orleans? Oh, New York. What the heck am I even talking about? You'd have to check the weather. What I do when I ship fish is I just Google the zip code that they're getting shipped to. And so if it's 383135 space, and then you just type weather, and it'll show you everything you need to know. That's what I do. Chevy Fish says, you guys are all scaring me. I took a chance at ordering fish from both coasts due this week. I think the majority of packages are still getting there on time. You just hear about the horror stories more than the success stories is all. But I will say that it happens a lot more now than it did, 6 months ago. So, what do you want? Fish come from overseas and takes 3 to 5 days all the time and survive. I know. It's like every time I go to the post office, there really fish in there? They can survive? Well, how do you think they got here, buddy? How do you think they got here? Excuse me. Patrick, it'll be 9 days tomorrow on these 2 pairs of rainbow cichlids. Little hope they had survived. The heat pack ran out 4 days ago. I will say heat packs do last quite a bit longer. I've had the 72-hour heat packs last a week. The longest is 8 days. So, you know, don't give up hope, Bob. Don't give up hope. Bury half the tub and put it in shade helps with spikes. Yes, absolutely bury the tubs. Any type of insulation. Even putting like styrofoam around the tub would help big time. Big time. Fish Room Fever premiere in 10. Isn't it like premieres in 5? Does anybody know if there's more advanced software for tracking stock, which tank, etc., and track spawns? Honestly, I used to do that, and I just used spreadsheets. There wasn't really any like software that I could find. Excel is really easy to do. Other fish probable, but plecos, I just don't know. It will be a miracle. Well, actually, plecos do really well if shipped properly. So if they were fasted and they're not pooping in the bag, they can actually go a pretty long time. I don't hear any feedback from my customers who get their packages on time, and all was good. Most of the time, only hear from customers when things go wrong. Yeah, I'm always excited to get emails. Of course, as soon as I see the email, I'm like, what happened now? And then it's always good, and it's good news. I always love getting those emails. It rarely happens. Like, you rarely get an email saying, hey, the fish got here live and well. No problems, but it's still always reassuring. Guys are getting antsy. I want to send something to Matthew, but I'm afraid from Florida to New York. Well, honestly, yeah, you're kind of in that weird area where it's hot, where it's leaving, and if it's cold, where it's going. Do you use a heat pack? Do you not use the heat pack? It can be an interesting decision. I was considering creating a database, but don't know if there's a source available. There is kind of a website that does it, but I don't remember what the name of it is, where you can like put in what size tank you have and how many fish you have of what specific fish, and it'll tell you if it's overstocked or how often you have to do water changes. But you know, that's all pretty relative based on what the person that built that website views as necessary. So I don't remember what that website was, but there's at least one website out there. Charles says, I use Excel to track what food to feed each tank, when to feed, and dates and numbers. I say Excel, but I use Google Sheets. Google Sheets. I don't use it anymore because I don't need to, but back when I was like doing primarily breeding and plant growing, the days before YouTube, I used Google Sheets. Google Sheets. Bob. Yeah. All right, we got 3 minutes to head on over to Friday Fish Facts premiere with Peck Tech. Let's go check it out, folks. Oops, I just exited off my chat. Anyways, so I left my chat. I'm now in Fish Room Fever's chat. So I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who dropped a turd, and everyone who hung out, and our new members, which are George, Mike gave a super chat, sorry, Streetwise, Danikin, Terrence, Cheryl, and Gina. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the super chatters and lurkers, thumbs uppers, thumbs downers, mods. You are amazing. I appreciate it. Sorry for being late. Won't happen for at least a week. But I'll see you guys Thursday. 9 a.m. on my channel, and then Saturday 4:30 on Fish Room Fever's channel.